My name is Rachel Haltom-Irwin, and I'm the Executive Director of Organizing Corps 2020. I've been in campaigns for a long time. In 2006, I was John Tester's GOTV Director for his first Senate race. In 2007, I was the Youth Vote Director for then Senator Barack Obama in the Iowa caucus. And in 2012, I was the National GOTV Director for the Obama re-elect. But before all that, I started as an organizer in my hometown of Boston, Massachusetts. It was the summer between my junior and senior year in college, and I was watching a lot of TV. A lot. One day my mom came in and said, "Get out of the house. I don't care what you do, but no more TV. There's a guy running for state senate. Go and door knock for him." So I did. And what started with 4 hours became 8, and all of a sudden I was working 60 hours a week, and I was hooked. I loved the awesome power of everyone working together for a common purpose. Now, no one recruited me. I just showed up. No one trained me. They gave me a clipboard and said, "Good luck." And I wasn't paid for the first month, and when I did get paid, it was a whole $200 a week. But I was probably my best version of a campaigner that summer because I was organizing in my hometown. I knew the voters, I knew the volunteers, and if I didn't know them, I knew someone who did, who could go talk to them. And I was getting people who never thought about a Senate race in Boston to not only vote, but to get involved and volunteer. That's the power of organizing. And that's why we started Organizing Corps 2020. We are building an army of local organizers like me, because every study shows the way to change somebody's behavior come election day is to have someone they know, someone from their community, reach out to them. But unlike my experience, there are 3 things we're not going to do. 1, we're not going to wait and hope the best talent just shows up at our campaign office. Donald Trump is president, and we need to recruit the best team to have on our side. 2, we're not going to give our staff a clipboard and say, "Good luck." We are putting together the most advanced training program. We are working off of the 2008 and 2012 Obama campaign organizing techniques and infusing them with all the new digital and tech tools that make organizing more efficient and effective. It's really exciting stuff. 3, and most importantly, we'll not make people work for free for weeks on weeks. We must have the best talent, no matter their financial backgrounds. So we'll pay our talent as we train them and ensure we onboard them onto a full-time paid position on the presidential. And here's what we'll do. We're going to build an army of organizers at the scale we need to win the general election. 1,000 organizers. So come the summer of 2020, when we have a Democratic nominee, we have the best team to go with the best candidate to take back the White House. Now you're probably wondering, why is building an army of organizers the way to win on November 3rd, 2020? Good question. The honest truth is, who knows exactly what's going to happen in 2020? But if you look at 2016 and 2018, we are most likely looking at a scenario where this election will be decided by a very thin margin in a few key battleground states. Just like 2016, when we lost Michigan by 10,000 votes. That is 2 votes per precinct. And just like 2018, where we had amazing candidates and extraordinary volunteer enthusiasm, but we just barely won these races. And unfortunately, we lost some. And in campaign world, when you are winning or losing by a couple thousand votes, well, we call that a field margin. Because it is not more radio or TV or digital ads that will turn out those 2 votes per precinct. It is the field organizer on the ground. It is their job to work each neighborhood and talk to the voters. And come election day, know who those 2 voters are per precinct that we must turn out and make sure they do. The problem is we don't have the organizing force we need at the scale we need to launch that kind of campaign for the general election. And this is for 2 reasons. Just as my campaign experience illustrated, we've never been good at recruiting, training, and paying campaign talent, which has really led to a shallow bench depth. Second, the robust primary process puts all the focus on the early primary states and building the talent we need in those states: Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, and Nevada. And almost completely ignored states like Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, states Donald Trump is already campaigning in. The primary process also will most likely result in us in having a nominee in May or June, and that only gives the eventual Democratic nominee 5 months to build the campaign staff they need for the general election. To go from a campaign staff of about 300 to 3,000. And that's how many staffers we need to win general election. So Organizing Corps 2020 is running a program to build 1,000 organizers for the nominee. So come June of 2020, the Democratic nominee has the talent needed to win. And that's where you come in. We are recruiting, training, and paying talent to work on the campaigns in 8 key battleground states. 8 key states needed to win the general election: Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Florida, North Carolina, Georgia, and Arizona. These are states critical to winning in 2020 that are largely being ignored by the primary process, and where organizers will make the difference between winning or losing. And over the next 4 months, we are running 14 programs in 8 states that will train organizers on campaign strategy and fundamentals, digital organizing, data, and tech tools, so when you join the presidential campaign, you can hit the ground running. And after the training is complete, we'll on-ramp you to a paid position on the presidential this summer. Full-time employment with healthcare benefits. And not only do you get to help change the direction of this country and the world, but working on presidential election is a great way to get your foot in the door in politics, to build a powerful network that will last you a lifetime, to build skills and real-time experience in management, communications, and leadership. And finally, on November 4th, 2020, you will wake up knowing you did everything you could to make sure this country lives up to the ideals in which it stands for. So join Organizing Corps. Our democracy isn't a spectator sport. Get trained, launch your career, and help us win in 2020.